Hello, dear 8th graders. Welcome to a new English lesson. My name is teacher Lydia Sharavanya. I hope that by the end of the lesson, you will be able to listen to and understand the text about fashion, and that you will also be able to read and understand the text about modeling with past simple and present perfect simple tense. For this lesson, you will need a notebook and a pencil. You will need internet connection and a QR reader. So let's start. You can see a catwalk in the picture. What else can you name in the picture? Pause the video and write down some words that come to your mind when you look at this picture. Let's look at some words together. So this is obviously a fashion show, and you can see a male model on a catwalk, or another expression for a catwalk is a runway. We can say that he's wearing a voguish clothes, which means that this clothes is in fashion at a particular time. The clothes look splashy, meaning that it is covered with patches of bright color. You might find it appealing, which would mean that you find it attractive or interesting. Around the catwalk, you can see auditorium. There are some people who are doing a photo shoot at each fashion event, and the models are at the spotlight. Do you know that there are many types of models? We are going to name some of them, but there are also many more. Fashion model is a model who works for fashion magazines. They should be beautiful, they should have a beautiful complexion, teeth, hair, and be very photogenic. Catwalk model have some extra requirements about their measures, about their height and weight. They should be very tall and slim. Child models are children who work as models for clothes industry, toy industry, etc. Mature models are not very young anymore. They are people who continue working as models even after a certain age. Plus-size models are not very thin. They usually wear sizes L, XL, etc. And they can also look very beautiful and work as models. Fitness models are people who take care of their health in a way that they take care of their nutrition and they practice a lot. They have toned bodies with muscles and they are lean, etc. And there are also parts models. Those are people who have very beautiful parts of the body like hands models, feet models, ears models, hair models, etc. I would like you to guess what type of a model these two people are talking about. Has Lucy ever been skinny? Yes, she has. She was skinny when I first met her. So Lucy is a plus-size model. How long have you known my uncle? I've known him for 3 years. I first met him at a fashion show I was shooting in Milan. Uncle is a mature model. For how long has your sister been so famous? It happened when she started modeling for the Vogue. She has been on the most wanted list ever since. Her sister is a fashion model. Have you reached the measurements required for catwalks? Yes, I have, finally. I've always dreamed of walking down a runway. I signed a new contract last week. So they are obviously talking about being a catwalk model. You can go to this page now and do the crosswords in which you will have to write the vocabulary that was mentioned in previous slides. You're going to watch a short video now about what it's like to be a model. Have you ever thought about it? What should models be like? What should they look like? Is everything glamorous about their world? Or is there a different side to this story? Let's watch the video.
The main quality to become a model is the looks. He or she should be tall, slender, attractive or good looking. They should have perfect skin, good teeth, healthy and well-cut hair. These are the assets for those looking forward for a modeling career. Moreover, one should be photogenic. Being photogenic is one of the most important qualities for a model. Many designers believe their clothing looks better on skinnier models, so they send samples for catwalks and photo sessions that can only be worn by women who fit into a small size. When showing off their newest fashions, designers obviously want their outfits to look as beautiful as possible. In order for that to happen, the clothes need to flow, which happens naturally when they are placed on a tall, skinny frame. That is why most models come in such a small size. When the clothes are draped over a small frame in a store window, they look more appealing. With this in mind, the industry wants models who are mannequin-sized, which is not a healthy size for an actual human being.
Okay, we are going to read a text now about what happened in 2006 in Spain. So this was fashion news, and it was a reaction to models getting thinner and thinner. You will read the text yourselves, and regardless to the vocabulary that you don't understand very well, I hope that you will be able to understand it. Before you read it, you can copy bolded words into your notebooks, and then you will translate them during the following activity in the video. So you can pause the video now, read the text, and think about it. Okay, after you have read the text, you can play this vocabulary game. In this vocabulary game, you have to match equivalent expressions. And if you have copied the bolded words from the previous slide, you can translate them now, or you can write the definition in English. Let's see how well you understood the text. Answer these questions. You can pause the video to look at the questions and write down the answers. After you do so, we'll go through the questions and answers together. So the first question is, who has decided to take a stand against all-wave thin models? The Spanish fashion industry has decided to take a stand against all-wave thin models. What did medical associations and women's rights groups complain about? They complained about excessively thin models. What has the Association of Fashion Designers agreed on? They have agreed to use a calculation known as BMI. What is BMI? BMI is the body mass index, a calculation based on weight and height. When did the Association of Fashion Designers start turning away unhealthily skinny models? They started doing so in 2006. How will this decision affect the teenage world? Teenagers will eventually have a more positive, healthy image of beauty to follow. You have probably noticed that we used quite a lot of present perfect simple and past simple in previous texts. So let's take another look to when we use these two tenses. When we know when the action happened, we usually use past simple tense. For example, I met her last year. When we know for how long something was in progress, we will use present perfect simple. For example, we have known each other for a year or since last year. When the exact time is not relevant, we shall use present perfect simple. For example, I have reached the measurements required for catwalks. It doesn't matter when the exact point of time was. What matters is that it has happened. When we talk about details, we use past simple. For example, I signed a new contract a week ago. When we talk about experience, we use present perfect simple. So time is irrelevant again, the experience is what matters. For example, we have seen 2 fashion shows so far. I hope that you understand the difference between past simple and present perfect, and you can play this game in which you have to sort the sentences into appropriate boxes. And the boxes are we know when, we know for how long, we talk about details, exact time is not relevant, and we talk about experience. I hope that you will enjoy it and you will have a lot of correct answers. This is the end of the lesson, and you can do a little self-assessment here. There are 3 statements that you have to evaluate with a certain number of stars. The first one is, I can listen to a text about fashion and understand it. The second one, I can read a text about fashion industry and understand it. And the third one, I know when to use present perfect and when to use past simple. I hope that your self-assessment is filled with stars. Goodbye till the next English lesson. Stay hardworking and happy and healthy. Bye.